Riddle, riddle. I am a noun. I carry out an important role in the lives of young individuals, in the family, in the church community, and in the society. I instill in these young individuals the key components of life, the core principles, and the practical application. Who am I? You have the answer? We will be right back. You are watching Kidz Connect on PENT TV, UAE. I am Emma, your host for tonight. Welcome back from the break. This is Kidz Connect on PENT TV, UAE. I guess you have your answer for the riddle. Drop it at the comment section. Now, I have with me here two beautiful ladies, or should I say women. They are here to take us through or walk us through the topic for tonight, and it is nurturing and care in motherhood. Mrs. Anik Kadi and Mrs. Comfort Abladi. You are welcome.
Thank you.
How is the family?
Well,
Very well. Thank you for coming once again. Now, let's set the ball rolling. How would you define the nurturing and care in the journey of motherhood? Any of you can take it.
yeah, so I'll take it. So, nurturing and care in the context of motherhood, I can say that they are the fundamental qualities that help to shape the physical, the emotional, and the psychological development of the child. So, what do I mean by nurturing the emotional and the psychological and physical needs of the child? So, I would say that nurturing in itself takes care primarily of the emotions of the child, and then the care takes care of the physical needs of the child. The emotional needs of the child includes validating the child's feelings and helping them or guiding them through those feelings. Nurturing also involves teaching and guiding the children. So you teach them what they are supposed to do, and then you guide them to right and wrong. Now, I watched a video some time back where the child was telling the mother and the father that you always say I do the wrong thing, but you don't tell me what the rules are.
Wow.
So it is very important that we guide them by laying down the rules and then teaching them or guiding them on how to obey the rules. And then the care part is taking the physical care of the children, like making sure that they have brushed their teeth, they are well dressed, they are well kept. So basically, those are the two things that you put. So you need to do both. So while the nurturing is taking care of fueling the heart of the child, the caring part takes care of the physical needs of the child. So in motherhood, you need to do both. You cannot do one and leave the other. Because if you do one and you leave the other, then the child ends up not well rounded. So it is important that you do both the nurturing and the caring.
It is important to do both the nurturing and the caring. You can't leave one and do the other, right? So can you share with us, Mrs. Anik Kadi, can you share with us a story of a time when love and care made an impact?
PENT TV UAE. It's all about Jesus.
From the north, south, west, and east, the world is called to hear the word. PENT TV UAE is dedicated to projecting Christ to possess the nations for Him. Every broadcast, every word, every song carrying the power to transform lives, to unite believers, and to proclaim the gospel to all corners of the earth. PENT TV, it's all about Jesus.
Yes. So as she said, we need to nurture, and in nurturing, we are, you know, making sure that their emotional and physical aspects of the child's well-being is taken care of. So, um, my son, I have three children, a boy and two girls.
Oh, wonderful.
And my son had some challenges whilst growing up, and especially with his academics. Yes, so he had a bit of a delay, developmental delay, so that set him back a bit. And he said, so he was whilst growing up, he was a bit behind his age. His developmental growth was a bit behind his age. Yes. So what we did that was that we had to show him a lot of support when he was growing up. We had to show him a lot of love and support. His sisters they are above the average. So they were getting all the high grades and he was getting the lower grades. But we always encouraged him. We never compared him like, why are you not doing well in school? Whilst your sisters are getting the A's and you are getting the D's and the E's. No. We always made sure that we showed him a lot of love and support. We encouraged him whenever he gets any low grade, we say it's fine. You just have to study hard. You have to pay attention. You have to do this. So we give him the guidelines of what he should do and we encourage him. And to God be the glory. Now he's picked up so well. He's also getting the A's. He's also reading well. He's now, up to par with his age as he's supposed to be. So yeah. So in a lot of ways, in raising kids, your children might not always be up to the standard. I say in quotes because educational system has set a standard. The world has set a standard of how kids should be. But sometimes they don't meet up to that standard. But you should show them that love and support. Don't compare them to other children because every child is unique. Every child grows as their own pace. Every child is special and intelligent in their own way. So don't measure them. Always show them that love. So my son, he's blowing. Yes, he's still, maybe somebody will say, yeah, he's still not up to that level. But for us, we know where he came from and where he is. And we are so grateful to God and proud of him. So yeah, when you show love and support to a child, they blossom and they grow in ways that you cannot even imagine.
Every child is special. That is very, very profound. Thank you so much. Let me come to you, Auntie Comfort. In your view, what is the most important quality a mother can nurture in her child or children?
Okay, so for me, I have two topmost qualities. So one is love, and the other is gratitude. So love. The Bible admonishes us to love one another. But in teaching the children to love one another and love others, you first also have to teach them about self-love.
Good.
So it is, the Bible says that we should love our neighbors as ourselves. So if you do not love yourself, then you do not have anything to give to your neighbor.
Exactly.
And also teaching them to love themselves helps and protects them from abuse and from being taken advantage of. Because sometimes you can love people and show so much kindness to the extent that it goes to your disadvantage. So there has to be that balance, right? So you have to love, you have to share, you have to show kindness, but then also you have to love yourself enough to know when it's enough, where the limits are, where the boundaries are, so that you don't give so much of yourself and are taken for granted. And the second thing, the second quality for me is gratitude. You have to teach the children how to show gratitude, how to be grateful for the little things that they have, that are given to them. So for me, if I buy something for you, you have to show gratitude. I also teach them that, and that's one thing my mother also taught me, was that when somebody gives you something and they bring it to you and you say thank you today, the following morning, when you wake up, you have to call the person and say thank you. When you do that, you make the person feel that you have reflected on what they did for you, and you are so grateful that you came back to thank them. So it adds another level of gratitude to the first thank you that you said. And this is one very good quality that I want to pass on to my children. And so I make sure that whatever it is, whether small or big, I make sure that they are saying thank you. And then I call the person who brought it to them the next day and ask them to say thank you to the person. So gratitude is very, very important, especially in these times when we have a lot of children who feel, have the sense of entitlement. They feel that my mother has to do this for me, and
it's the rights of the mother.
You know, so you have to teach them from this tender age that everything you have or everything you are given is a privilege for you to have those things. So you have to show gratitude for it. So those would be the two things for me: love, self-love, and gratitude.
The songwriter said, count your blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has done. If someone does something to you, if you're able to count them and name them, you would be able to show gratitude. Thank you very much. Now let's move on. What advice will you give to mothers trying to balance discipline with love? What advice?
So the Bible says, spare the rod and spoil the child, right? And God even says that I discipline those that I love.
Exactly.
When you have discipline, when you are disciplining your child, it doesn't mean that you don't like the child or you don't love your child. It means you love the child. It means you want the child to be in the right direction. That's why you are disciplining the child. The child is swaying off, so you have to bring the child back, right? So that's why I discipline the child. So for me, I see discipline as love. You love your child. You don't want your child to go wayward. That's why you are disciplining. So your question is how to discipline in love. The act of discipline is already love. So when you are advice for the parents, right? So once you are disciplining your child, it's because you love your child. So don't feel that you are hurting your child or you are being mean to the child. I know a lot of us here in UAE feel like you shouldn't touch your child, and now children are very vocal. They would tell you you are being mean to me. You don't like me.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this to me? You are wicked. They are very vocal. They can say anything. They don't care. Not like our age where when your mom shouts or at you, you are immediately calm. No, but now they fight back.
That's the Gen Z for
Yes, so they'll fight back. They'll talk back. They'll ask you questions. Why? But you should be firm. You should be firm in your discipline, because at the end of the day, how your child turns out in life largely depends on how well you disciplined or you directed a child. For me, I see discipline as a direction. You are going off, I have to bring you back. So you are doing that in love. So don't feel bad about it. Continue. Just don't go overboard. Don't harm your child in the process of discipline. I know they can drive out to the point where you feel like hitting them or going to the extreme, but just try to be calm. Know that what you are doing is positive. So there has to be a positive outcome. Don't let at the end of the day your discipline turn out to be a negative outcome. Negative outcome is when maybe you hit the child and then it turns into something else. You understand? So doing it in love means you are doing it with a positive mind, that I'm doing it because I want you to turn out right. I want you to be on the right path. I don't want you to go wayward. So there can be various ways of doing it. Talking to the child can be one of them.
Okay.
You can also take something that they really like. Now they're all on their tablets, so you can take the tablet for 1 week or 2 weeks. I can say I'm not going to watch TV.
1 week
Or
wow.
2 weeks. I mean, yes. Or or you can prevent them from going to a party that they would have really loved to attend. So as parents, we must know that discipline is part of the nurturing and caring for your child. You have to do it because the Bible even says that you have to do it. Spare the rod and spoil the child.
Spare the rod and spoil the child. Growing up, I remember I went to my sister and asked her, "Is Davy really my mother?" Yeah, that was love. We grew up to know that it was all love.
And just to add to that,
Okay.
so usually when you are doing these things, trying to correct them, direct them, disciplining them, they feel that you don't like them. But I always say that when you have to be firm, because when they grow up, they would realize that you actually helped them. So I remember when I was growing up, I used to live with my uncle and my auntie. And then my uncle would say, "Oh, go and study. On Saturday, he would say, go and study. When you finish study, you can come and watch TV." And then you finish studying for like 2, 3, 4 hours. It's time to watch TV, and you go and sit and say, "What are you coming to do here? Go back and go and study." And we felt at that time, this man didn't like us. Oh, this man is mean. He's wicked. But today, I am very, very thankful to him because we grew up in a big house. And there was us, and then there were other kids who used to live with my grandma. And you can see the difference. Like when we grew up, you can see the difference between how we were raised and how they were raised. So for now, they will feel that you don't like them. And I always say that, I mean, if you, I'm not trying to be liked by you. I am your mother. I'm not your friend. Yes, I mean, we have to be friends. I'm not one of your little friends who would want you to like me. No, I'm your mother. So I would teach you what is right. Even if you don't appreciate it now, when you grow up, you appreciate it. So it is very important. The discipline is very important. Let's not use gentle parenting to allow the kids go astray. Let's enforce the discipline, and in the end, they will be thankful.
I love the gestures. I am your mother. I am not your friend. Wow. Train up a child the way he or she should go. And when they grow up, they will not depart from it. Kidz Connect on PENT TV, UAE. Stay connected always. We will be right back after this break.
PENT TV UAE. It's all about Jesus.
You are welcome back. You're still watching Kidz Connect on PENT TV UAE. It is getting interesting. Welcome back once again.
Thank you.
How can a mother handle moments when a child tests patience or boundaries?
Kids or children do really test us parents sometimes. And I think it's in their nature, because even very young kids, as young as toddlers, would want to test you to see how you would react. But what I would say is that as a parent or as a mother, you need to be firm and set clear boundaries and rules, and make sure that they know what the rules are, they know what the boundaries are, and then you ensure that they are following those rules. So they will try to, do the stuff and see how you react. But then in all of that, I would say that you should be patient, because if you are not patient, you may do something or you may discipline in a wrong way that in the end will not yield the positive results that you want. So you also have to correct in love, like my sister said before. You have to correct in love, because There are certain things they will do that you don't have to talk, because sometimes you get so angry, and if you talk, you might say something wrong, the wrong thing.
Okay.
And mothers are very powerful. The kind of things we say will either have a negative or positive impact on our children. So I would also advise that in times when they do something that you are so angry or annoyed with, it's better not to talk. Because if you talk, then you may say something that will not glorify God. And we should be speaking only life into, or positive things into the life of our kids. So I'll say that, when your patience is tested, and you are not able to withhold it, I think that sometimes you just need to excuse yourself, calm down, okay, and then at the right time, you call them, because they listen. We treat them as kids, but sometimes we need to sit with them and have conversations with them. And when you have conversations with them, they will also be able to tell you what bothers them. So you take the feedback, and based on the feedback, you also adjust. So I think that we can just basically try to be more patient, loving, and try to just give off our best to the kids in the best possible way we can.
Thank you so much. That was a great one. I believe and trust parents out there are listening. We know you know, but add up and it will help. Do we have any, Mrs. Anik Kadi, any lessons that you don't expect from the children, but they are teaching?
Yeah, so kids nowadays are not, as I said before, they are very vocal. They are able to express themselves and speak their mind. So my 9-year-old daughter always tells me I have to practice gentle parenting. She says that when they do something, I shouldn't shout.
Okay.
Instead of shouting, I can correct them in a gentle way. But I always say that correcting in a gentle way is not hitting the points. You are not listening. So I have to shout, because shouting is the only thing you people understand. When we shout, yes, that's when you know that
That's
you
the
have
language.
to. That's the language you understand. That's the formula you understand. So yeah, we grew up. Our parents were harsh with us. Like they brought us up as best as they knew how, to the best of their ability. Yes. So even though they will tell you the term gentle parenting is now the new term, that don't beat a child, don't lash a child, always talk to the child and all that. Yes. That's what my children always tell me, that I should practice gentle parenting. And for now, I'm not taking that advice. I'm still yes,
Thinking
no.
about
In
it
some cases,
or
yes.
observing.
No, in some cases that can apply. Like in certain cases where the talking gently helps. That we will do. But I think that as parents, you know your children, you know how best to handle them more than anybody else would. So do what you think is best for them. And as my son said, now they would feel you are being harsh, you are being mean, you are being this, but they'll appreciate it later on. Do it all in love. That's the most important thing, that you do it in love. You do it with the mindset that I'm doing the best for you. Yes, there are times when we will pamper them. Yes, we pamper them as and when they need that pampering. They feel discouraged. Yes, you should be there to encourage them. They talk to you that I don't. My kids can actually tell me, you said this to me and I didn't like it.
Wow.
Yes,
I think it's good.
Yes, it's very good, and I give them that room to express themselves. That did I say something you didn't like? When I see the mood change, you should observe your kids, right? Whenever I see the mood change, you just ask, did I say something they like? And they will tell you, don't ignore that. And they'll come to me, you said this and I didn't like it, or I was trying to talk to you. My 6-year-old would tell me that I was trying to talk to you and you didn't mind me, or you didn't listen. I was trying to explain, or I'll shout at them for something and they'll tell me, well, I was trying to explain to you, but you didn't listen to me. So those are little things, those are little cues they tell us all the time. I think we shouldn't ignore them when they say those things, and we should try and listen and adjust and let them feel heard.
Mothers over there, please try and listen and adjust, please. Now, were there some moments that you felt some joy or emotions in motherhood?
Yes, many of them. So I think motherhood is one of the journeys that is very challenging, but can also be very rewarding. So one of the best things, one of the best rewards is seeing the values, the good values that you teach your child, playing out or reflect. You see them exhibiting it elsewhere or on other people. So what I'm saying is that kids or children reflect a lot what you instill in them, or not just what you say, but your actions as well, the examples you set, the way you talk to them at home reflects when they are talking to their siblings or other people. So if you are harsh with them, they are harsh on their siblings. So if you show them love, if you nurture them in love, and you see them nurturing or not nurturing, but showing the same kind of love to their younger siblings or their friends, it brings so much joy because it means that you are doing something right, right? And also values like being kind, being compassionate. Just a few weeks ago, I went somewhere with the kids, and I was going to pay the cashier, and he was asking me something, and I had to, he asked me once, I said it, it's like he didn't hear me. I said it again, he didn't hear. I had to repeat myself for 4 or 5 times. So in the bit to explain it or be more vocal, I think my response came out a bit harsh. And I realized that. So I was just praying that, because my daughter was close by, I was just hoping that she didn't hear the way I spoke. So when we were done, and we were going, when we got into the lift, he said, "Mommy, you were harsh with the man. You didn't speak nicely with the man." I said, "Yes, I realized that too, and I'm sorry. It won't happen again." But then what that taught me was that they watch us. They watch what we do, and they follow our example. But even more than that, I was happy because she knew what was right, the right way to speak to someone, and the wrong way to speak to someone. So, those are some of the moments, the rewarding moment, the joyous moments of motherhood, that what you are instilling in the child, they are actually learning and they are practicing it. And the other one also is that we sacrifice a lot as kids. As parents, as mothers. We come back from work tired. You have to help with homework. You have to help them to study for Bible quiz. You have to help them to study for their play in church, their recital. And then on the day they excel, and it brings you so much joy that the time and effort you put into training those kids, helping to train those kids, actually is yielding great results. So there are lots of joyous moments. There are lots of joyous moments in motherhood. So, looking at those joyous moments, or having the foresight of those joyous moments to come, it helps us to bear the sacrifices, because you have to kill yourself. You have to, kill yourself sometimes to be able to make them happy. Right, so having that in foresight helps you to make all the sacrifice that you need to do to make them well developed and bring the joy that you also deserve as a mother.
Wow! Surprisingly, daughters of these 2 wonderful mothers were part of the quiz we had today, and guess what? Dubai District won the day. We won it. We took the trophy, and it's here in Dubai. Wow, wow. Thank you so much. And looking back, your take or advice for young mothers out there? Both. So anyone can take it first.
So I'll take it first. Young mothers. I'll say we are still young mothers.
Okay.
Yeah, because our kids are still quite young. But
So advice for mothers. Yeah.
So from my own experience, I'll just say that um, first of all, look at your child. Pray to God for wisdom for to raise each of your children because each of them are different. As I said before, my three kids, each one is different, like totally different from each other. I cannot say, oh, you are like your sister. No, they all exhibit different characters and different likes, even up to food preferences different. So study your children, know what makes them happy, know what makes them sad, interact with them, don't ignore their feelings. Observe when there's a mood change. He comes back from school, you see she's not happy. Ask, don't ignore it. Don't say, oh, she's a child behavior of it. No. Um, love them. I know by default we love our children, right? But love means that being more intentional about them, being intentional about raising them, about praying for them, being intentional about teaching them the word of God, being intentional about encouraging them to be in the house of God. There are times when my daughter will say, I don't want to go to church. I say, church is a non-negotiable in your life right now and when you grow up. Till you leave this, a church is non-negotiable. So I have put that in her mind that Sundays are for church, unless it's like an emergency or it just can't happen. But and they listen to what they say. And as she said, they watch us a lot. Sometimes I look at my daughter and I get scared, like because she's like a reflection of me. Sometimes she watch how she does her things, how so it makes me like, wow, I really have to be on point because they are really a reflection of us. So just for us, we shouldn't leave as young mothers. We shouldn't leave the upbringing to teachers at school and Sunday school teachers. We should be very intentional about it and ensure that they grow up in the fear of God and love God. Know that because that's what helped us as kids. As when I was growing up, as I told my daughter, same for me, my mom won't let you stay at home on Sunday. And she instilled in us. So when I stay home on Sunday, I feel guilty, unless it's for a good reason. Otherwise, I feel guilty. So that discipline should be there. You should discipline them in love. Don't over pamper them. Don't over love them.
Wow.
Yes, some parents overlove their
That's
children.
powerful.
Yes, love them, but love them as God wants us to love them, and that love means you are training them up in the fear of God, and always pray for them that they should grow up in wisdom. That's my prayer for all children. I always pray that they should grow up in wisdom and the fear of God and have favor with God. Amen. And God listens to the prayers of mothers. Never underestimate your prayer for your child as a mother because that umbilical cord that was joined to us is very powerful. And it stays till you, the mother, leave dead. That and feeling you have for your child, a father can never have it because of that bond that we have with them right from the time they were conceived. So always know that you are very powerful in their life. Speak over them words of affirmation, words of life, words that will bring them life, not death. Though in your anger, don't speak. Be careful when you're angry. Don't just speak, because
Someone will
I've
say,
heard
put
testimony.
water in your mouth.
Yes, when you're angry, swallow it before you speak because in your anger, I can say it. And so make sure that you are always having that in mind. And lastly, know that they are for God. You are the caretaker of them. You give an account of them to God. They are for God. You are the caretaker. So when you're taking care of somebody's property, you have to be careful how you're taking care of it because you have to give accounts of them. When you have that in mind, you know that you be careful how you are handling them. Yes, so that is my advice for all of
Thank
us
you
as young
so
mothers.
much. Any other?
Yeah, I think my sister has said it all, but I just also want to add that you see, when we were growing up, some of us went through certain traumas that automatically we try to pass on to our kids. So what I will tell young mothers is that um, your trauma was your trauma. Please don't pass your trauma on to your children. Take all the love when you were growing up. Maybe you didn't feel loved. You didn't, feel cared for. You didn't feel attended to. Take all of that and pour all that love that you didn't get, pour it into your child, so that it ends with you. Let it end with you. Whatever negativity you grew up with, don't pass it on to your next generation. Let it end with you. And also, like my sister said, let's pay attention to our children. Let's, validate their feelings when they come back from school and they are telling you something. I asked my child, what's the one thing that I do that you like? And she said, when I come back from school and I'm telling you things that happen in school, you listen to me and you advise me.
Wow.
So let's pay attention because they have a lot of things go on with them and they want to talk. And please put the phone down when they are talking to you and listen to them. And by that, you'll be able to fine-tune all the negative things they may have heard in school. They hear a lot of things in school that are not right, or with their peers that are not right. So by listening to them, you'll be able to filter that and be able to guide them to the truth, which is through the word of God. So that would be my advice too.
Thank you so much, Madam Anik and Auntie Comfort, for honoring our invitation. We look forward to meet you again. Yeah, you have so many installed. Mothers out there, you've heard it all. Be a true reflection on your children. Speak life in their lives. It will go and come back to you. You've got the answer for the riddle, right? The answer is motherhood. Motherhood. I know you got it. I know you got it. This is Kidz Connect on PENT TV UAE. Thanks so much for joining us. Thank you so much. Thank you once again, our mothers. We will meet same time on PENT TV UAE on Kidz Connect. So then, good night.